welcome back to the channel. Terry here and On Down the Road Productions, and Honda just released improvements for 2021 to the Honda Goldwing, and we're excited about that. And there's been a lot of information trickling out on other channels and on the internet about those changes, but I thought it might be great to have our perspective, which is a bit different about some of the changes. Not in a big way, but there is a bit of a perspective difference from our opinion.
Okay, great, Terry. What can you tell us about some of the key differences between the 2018 that you're sitting on and the new 2021s?
Yeah, so not that I'm some sort of hard biker dude, but I've had the privilege of riding with a lot of Harley guys in a Wolverine chapter, and I've made friends through the years. And I have never once thought about my helmet being stolen, no matter what I ride. And you know, if you think about it, who wants your helmet, no matter how nice it is, because of your nasty hair? And I'm being a little bit comical there. So people had complained about the current version of the trunk, not the 2021 version, being too small. And Honda increased the size of the new trunk to 61 liters. So from our perspective, more space is good, right? You've got more to pack. You can carry more on the bike. I don't see any changes in the luggage rack capacity of 18 pounds. I do know that installing the luggage rack on top of the new trunk is going to be more straightforward than drilling holes in this one. But what I want to say, I want to go back to the helmet. So yes, you can more comfortably store two large helmets with your Sena Bluetooth communication equipment on them, but I just don't know many people on touring bikes who ride around with this empty unless they're going to bring something home with them. So I'm just one. The folks that we know and ride with, they either hang their helmet somewhere or put it on the seat and go inside the restaurant or wherever they're going.
Or they're like me and take the helmet with them.
Yeah, or take the helmet with you, right? But I just don't get the point of locking your helmet up back here, right? Especially when you're touring and leaving this empty on a long trip. I don't understand the initial complaint that this was too small, even though, there goes one of our lights, even though I get it, right? So people do like to store their helmets, but for me, I've never met anyone, I've never been around anyone who said their helmet's stolen. I've been around a lot of people that refuse to wear them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's good advice. What about the passenger seat? Have there been any improvements to the passenger seat for 2021?
Yeah, well, absolutely. So there's more of an incline now. I've heard a 21% incline over what we have here. My understanding is, you know, hey, this is a Goldwing. This was already comfortable. So hear me out on this perspective, please, guys watching. I think if you're sitting a little bit more up straight, you're observant more. I think if you're kind of laid back, you might not be as observant from a safety perspective. I just say that to be cautious, not that having this incline a bit more is a bad thing. But for me, and not because I'm biased towards this one that doesn't have that inclined seat, I just feel that this was done well.
I think it's pretty comfortable.
Thank you, honey.
What about the speaker system? Anything new in the speakers here?
Yeah, actually, so love the audio system on this. Obviously, they're only 25-watt speakers, but I've been caught in the garage listening to music off the bike. I really enjoy it. I think for me, it's loud enough, more than suits the needs. And honestly, again, I just want to talk about being on the highway at 75, 85. Are you going to blur your speakers, or are you going to use your Bluetooth system to listen to your music? I think, you know, there's a big difference there. And not saying you can't go either way with how you listen to your music. And another interesting point, I went up to HondaPowersports.com and I noticed they were claiming 55-watt speakers, even though every place else it's 45 watts. That's interesting to me. So obviously the 45-watt speakers are going to sound acoustically better and give you a louder sound. There's no argument there from me, but I'm just saying if you own a 2018 to 2020 Goldwing and you have 25-watt speakers, no shame in the game.
So is it just a personal preference to have speakers on your bike versus like listening to music through your helmet?
So I would think. Is
there a safety issue there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things I've enjoyed about being able to ride a motorcycle safely is that it really makes you think about your environment, makes you focus on riding that bike. And music can sometimes be a distraction. Music's a good thing. We love music. And I would think that music can be distracting sometimes in some situations on your motorcycle when you really need to focus and concentrate. Maybe, there goes our light again, maybe an inclement weather condition. So I can be honest with you, I can see music being played on this below 45 miles an hour, and I can see music piping through my iPhone at above 45 miles an hour. It just all depends where you're at. Ultimately, you always want to think ahead when you ride and be aware of your environment. And listening to music's not a bad thing, but you should think about when you do it and when you crank it.
Okay, good. What about SiriusXM? Does this have SiriusXM? Does the new one?
Well, right. They're including the antenna for SiriusXM standard now on the bike. And I thought about that for a moment, and I think the majority of people that have Goldwings are financing them. And paying for Sirius on top of your monthly payment is an increase, right? That doesn't go towards the equity of the bike. I wish I had been part of that product development team for the 2021 upgrades, because I would have said, make HomeLink standard. Being able to open your garage door after a long ride without fumbling through your pocket for your garage door opener, I think the HomeLink garage door opener would have been a more powerful, compelling argument. But I will say the 2021 Goldwing is the highest quality touring bike made, and it doesn't need to worry about Sirius or HomeLink being offered standard.
Mm-hmm. What about styling? I know everybody loves Harley for how they look.
Yeah.
Does the Goldwing, the 2018, the 2020, 2021, how do you think it holds up or compares to styling?
Yeah, so Goldwing's one of those bikes that is in a segment of its own, and I think the styling is still holding up as being modern, forward, and aerodynamic. Compared to a classic Harley touring bike, they're both beautiful in our books, and again, that's a subjective thing you want to make. But in 2021, there now is a all black version of this, which is beautiful and stunning. And I think for folks in the market for a 2021 Goldwing or a 2021 Harley touring bike, that black version of this bike may grab a few Harley buyers by surprise. Definitely this bike is superior to an Indian Challenger. That I will tell you.
Okay, good. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about between the 2018 and the 2021 improvements?
Yeah. So again, YouTube certified mechanics, speculation about, people talking about they know what Honda's going to do, or reading into what Honda's going to do, like they know what Honda's going to do. There is no wiring harness for the trunk included with this bike, right? There's an opportunity for the dealer to make more profit by accessorizing any bike when you buy it. I don't see that harness coming. That's my biggest thought. The next thing I have on the 2021 Goldwing is that the supply will be very limited. That's my understanding. I did do some checking into this. So prices may be at a super premium. And that was also part of the decision here to get this at the great price we got it at, because of the premium on the market, which only helps the resale of 2018 and 2020 Goldwing. So if you own a current 2018 and 2020 and you've taken good care of it, you may be in a good position to get more than you thought you would on a used sale, given the premiums on the 2021 and what some dealers will be charging given the low supply of 2021s.
Okay, that makes sense. And so now the most important question, we need an update on the security director, Piper.
Yes, Piper, come here.
A performance review, maybe?
Oh, yes, come here, Piper. Yes, it's time for your end of year performance review. Yes, so Piper's done nothing wrong except scare some children, I think would be the one demerit, right?
I think that's more than one demerit she gets for scaring children. Bad dog.
And as Piper's official advocate, Piper, when are you going to pay me? So Piper's starting off.
She has no pockets and no money. Sorry.
But Piper's starting off 2021 with health insurance now.
That is true.
So we gave her health insurance based on her performance. So Piper, you're doing great.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. That'll help his channel immensely. We're grateful. And we'll see you guys next episode on Down the Road. Ride safe, and spring is right around the corner.